How's it going, everybody? How's it going, Dom?
Good.
27, episode 27. I cannot believe we're here. We are home from vacation, home from the monsoon, the
hmm
um, tropical storm Debbie and such. And I do need to add, we talked about doing a competition on the beach. We were never able to do a competition on the beach because it rained so much.
hmm
And we are hoping to do something like that down the road in the future a little bit again. All in time, I guess, right, Don?
hmm
All right. And while we were on vacation, we did get to play some cards. And I was actually thinking, did you know why I like to play poker in the bathroom?
Because you can look at yourself in the mirror and tell about your poker face. I don't know.
I can look at myself in the mirror and look at my poker face. No, man, I like playing poker in the bathroom because I always know I'm going to get a flush.
Welcome to Dom and the Coach.
So, Dom and I were talking about, when we were at the beach, we did play cards one night. Dom didn't join us because he was watching a movie on his laptop, but we played a game. But we were talking about how we do like to play games while we're at the beach and what games we like to play. And we showed you we did our Olympics, our family Olympics while we were there and such. But what types of games do we enjoy to play? Not talking Xbox, not talking outside field games or anything like that. So we're just going to go back and forth, and throw out games that we enjoy playing, maybe as a family or with friends and such. So, do you want to go first?
I can. I would say one of. It's just we're not really doing a list. We're just giving out names.
Yep,
Telestrations.
that's a good one. All right, telestrations, the idea of telestrations, and this was taught to us by Aunt Christine.
hmm
Telestrations is everybody has a booklet and it's like Pictionary. Everybody is given a word or a phrase or something, and then they draw the phrase and they pass the book to the side. And then the next person looks at what the drawing is, not what the phrase is. Look at the drawing, and they have to guess what it is.
hmm
And so it's like a Pictionary type thing. So let's say Dom got wine bottle, and he drew a wine bottle and he passes it over, and the person's looking down, and they have to guess: is that a wine bottle or a beer bottle, or uh, in Dom's case, maybe it was a vase. They look and they write vase, and then they flip it over, or I'm sorry, then they write vase, pass it to the next person. The next person looks down and they see vase, and they have to draw a vase. So the idea, the hope is that you draw your picture so well that the next person understands what it is and they can draw it so well. And when the book goes all the way around the table or all the way around everybody and gets back to you, maybe it's wine bottle or wine bottle or wine glass, whatever it was originally. It gets back to you and it's your original saying or phrase. And if it does, then you get a point.
Right.
Most of the time, it
It
doesn't get
never.
past
It never.
it hardly ever gets past the person right next to you.
Yep.
And if you're playing with Dom, it never,
Or his mother.
or my mom.
Because
Um,
as we experienced at the beach, we were next to each other, and that
it
derailed everyone.
it was a debacle every time, but it's
It was
so much
fun,
fun.
yeah.
It's so much fun because you're interpreting somebody else's drawing that they have, and sometimes
What's
they're
going on in their
right.
brain?
Sometimes the drawings are great, and someone will point to something within the drawing that you're supposed to key in on, and then the next person sees it, never sees what the drawing is. They never see, all they see is the arrow, and it's like eyes or nose. Or as we had years ago, someone drew a head on a spider's body, and instead of putting Spider Man, they put uh,
Man spider.
Man Spider. So, things like that. It's always kind of funny to watch. Telestrations is a great game. I love it. One of my favorite games is, I like to play poker. I've taught the kids how to play poker. I've had lots of poker nights at the house and for decades. And it's so cool because every time we have a poker night, um, I'll give everyone a cheat sheet, and so they know what makes what and what beats
That's
what.
the good part about
That's a great part, and it's not just the poker. And we like to play Texas Hold'em because it keeps everybody on the same page. There's no wild cards. Everybody is, playing the same cards type stuff. You're playing against each other. You can bluff a little bit. You can bluff a lot. Um, Sometimes, we'll play for a little bit of money, nothing crazy or serious. No one's going away mad. And if
it.
they
Right.
do, they were mad before they ever showed up. But just keep it really nice and relaxed. And it's a great time to have conversation and such as well. So, um, what about you? What's another one?
Sagrada. It's a game that
Whoa, 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 whoa. Say that again.
Sagrada.
Sagrada. What?
Sagrada.
Duh.
Sagrada.
Sagrada.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly how to play for certain, but I know it was really fun.
It was a lot of fun, and you don't know how to play.
Because we haven't played in a year and a half.
It's been a year, but we played with my aunt and uncle, and little Nate played with us as well. And pretty much the idea of the game is everybody has their own colored card. And as pieces are being played out on the table, you have to try and figure out ways to acquire certain colors. Nobody can see your card, and you have to figure out how to get certain colors away from other people in order to get all the colors on your card. It sounds kind of weird just saying it like that, but we haven't had a lot of opportunities to play it since then. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of strategy, and you sit there and you're like, "Oh man, if I get that card, if I get that color, then I can finish this." And you're literally watching everybody go around the table thinking, "Don't take it, don't take it, don't take it." And it comes to you, you grab it, your strategy is complete, and you think you're great, and then you got like two or three left, and the person next to you is done. And it's like, oh my gosh, I was so close. So it was really, really a cool game. Sagrada. And I was messing with Dom. I know how it's said. So a game that I liked to play with the kids when they were young is a game called Shkob. Shkob. Do you remember Shkob?
No.
Shkob was one that was taught to me by my best friend growing up. We call him Boston Jay. His dad taught us how to play and said it was an old Italian game, and you play. I'm not even going to explain the rules, but you play with only a third of the deck, and you're looking to collect cards from other people. You're looking to get diamonds. You're looking to collect seven of diamonds. You're looking to get as many face cards and such. And anyway, you're trying to collect, but the idea of Shkob, what a Shkob is, and it's spelled Scobe, is if there's only, and you're literally taking cards off the table, but if there's only one card on the table and you're able to pick it up, it's called Shkob. And you get it, and it's a point, and so you just collect points constantly.
When did I ever play that?
You barely played it. You were just a little thing.
Okay.
He was
Yeah.
he was
that.
more of a little fella than he is now. But Kay and I used to play. She loved it. The big thing that I remember, so in cards, um, not counting aces, but king is higher than what?
Queen.
Queen, and queen is higher than what?
Jacks.
Jacks. But in Scope, king is high, jack is just below it, and then queen is below that. So,
Huh?
and the way he explained it years and years ago was
Weird.
the man is highest in the house, the young man is next in line, and then the females are below.
No, in our household, it's the woman.
No, no,
You, the dogs, me.
Yeah, probably. So, no, not like that. But anyway, Shkob is an old game,
That's funny.
and we used to play. Dom played a couple times, and we just beat him so quickly. But we beat him so fast he doesn't even remember. All right, what's another game?
Monopoly.
All right, Dom, go on about Monopoly.
I bet you every single one you know knows how to play Monopoly, so I'm not gonna bore you with the details on how to play. But a funny thing about Monopoly is it's a tradition. Well, not tradition.
It was for a bit.
So for during COVID, us two would play Monopoly every single day, and that we actually lasted about what 9 months.
We did not play for 9 months, genius.
Okay, it was like 6.
Nope, wasn't even 6. It was about 4 weeks that we played it.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Felt like a lot longer.
How many times did you win in 4 weeks?
I think once. None?
None times. Why? Why, Dom?
Okay.
What's your strategy? Tell the world.
Go after Park Place and Times Square.
No,
Boardwalk.
Yeah.
Or Times Square.
Depending on the edition you're playing.
Or Times Square and something park. Forgot what it is. Wentley Park or something.
Wrigley Park, but that's okay.
Yeah, okay.
The edition we were playing was Times Square and Wrigley Park, were the Park Place and Boardwalk of the old times.
Right.
Dom's entire strategy is get those 2 blue cards. Forget
the
about
most expensive one.
Forget about everything else. So I would slowly pick apart and gain access to the whole rest of the board, except for that one chunk. And when I would land on it, of course, I'd pay him and sell off some properties if I had it. But when he would land on the rest of the board, he was constantly paying. And so many of the games, I could see it happening and I'd say, you want to take a draw? You want to take an even draw? No, I have my cards that don't, you're going to land on it anytime now.
But do you not remember the one time where, oh, how the turntables? Because literally, I'm trying to remember exactly how this played out, but we were playing. I was losing. I did end up losing, but something happened to where.
I remember what happened.
Okay, what happened? Because I remember
he was losing bad
and then I was gonna win, and then I don't remember how I lost.
Okay, here's how it went down. I was winning, but not by much. Not by much. He landed, or I'm sorry, I rolled and I landed on. I got doubles, but I landed on Park Place, and it had a hotel on it, so I had to pay up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I had doubles, and let me see, one, yeah, I rolled again and got snake eyes. 2, that was it. 1, 2, bam, right on Times Square, and I had to pay him 20 million, and bam, just like that, I went from the lead to losing, and I was struggling for a while, but I owned the rest of the board, and as he went around, I slowly earned money again and got my property back, and then it took a while, but if he had if he had said, Dad, do you want to quit after I land on that second one, I might have quit and he would have taken the win. But no, he was arrogant and prideful, and we kept playing. I got my property back, and pride comes before the fall, and I wound up winning. So it was
Mr. May the best man win. I plan on it.
It's one of those things we do. May the best man win. And then one of us would go, I plan on it. So
yeah, pride comes before the fall. You start
pride comes
prideful,
before the fall.
But then you end up winning.
Sometimes. I don't win every game. But the Monopoly during COVID, Dom thought it was 9 months. No, it was not 9 months.
It felt like that.
Because I went back to work, dude. It was 4
we had
weeks.
one game, but I swear we had one game that lasted like 5 days.
It lasted, I think, 3 or 4 days. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that was an intense. I think that was the game where
it doesn't matter.
It never ended.
It just
it ended with a draw.
It might have, but
that might have won. I was like 7-0-1.
There was a lot more games than 7 games.
Okay, but I had one tie.
Doesn't matter. But Monopoly is one that you got to use a lot of strategy for, and if you know your opponent and you know what they like to get, you can probably take them down very easily.
Yeah, but I would say if we were to play again, I have a whole new strategy.
Sure. We're not going to play today.
No, I
We'll
know.
play in
I
the
have
future
stuff to
sometime.
do today.
Yeah, yeah, we're doing this stuff
I
right now,
know, I
Gene.
know, I know.
Okay. Another game that I loved to play with the kids when they were younger was Sorry. Do you remember Sorry?
It's something where it's like fire and ice.
No, come
The
on.
no, 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 no. The little blue and red thing.
There's little colors. They're little guys about that
Yeah,
big, and you get four of them. You start in home, and you got to get your people out, get them around, and then get them back up into the safe area. And yeah, hold on. I know where you're going.
yeah.
And what we would play with cards, you would roll the
Uh,
dice, or yeah, you would. Oh no, you didn't roll dice. You would pick a card, and it would tell you how far to move. One would get
okay,
you
I
out.
remember.
Two would get you out. There were sorry cards where you could switch with somebody, or you could send them back home.
I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked playing that with the kids, but when they got a little bit older, they started playing
Parcheesi,
Parcheesi, which is
which is identical to that,
extremely
except
similar.
you roll dice, and that's how you.
Yep, you roll the dice, and we used to play. We played at the old house. We played here. We would play at dinner. It would be Kay, Dom, myself, and the three of us would play. Mom would be down at the end of the table eating her dinner or whatever, and the three of us would play over dinner.
Hmm.
And it was so much fun. It was
Yeah.
so enjoyable. And I always knew it was going to be a good night when I would come home from work and the board is set up, ready to go.
Yep.
And
Kay and I always made sure
it was ready.
because we actually would play a game before and then play again during dinner.
Yeah, it was so cool. But if you remember Sorry, you could play Parcheesi.
Yeah.
Parcheesi.
I think Parcheesi's better
I think so too.
because cards you're not gonna know. Dice it's easier to roll to where you can get out.
Whatever. And then the last game, because I think we could go on forever talking about games, but the last game is probably one uh, our family and our friends know because we've introduced it to them. But it is a great game called Five Crowns. Five Crowns. Five Crowns was introduced to our family through my mom's good friends, Bill and Nancy, about 23 years ago. They
Wow.
introduced it to my mom and Pop Pop, and they played it. And my mom introduced it to her kids, and since I was married in the family, I learned it too. And it was one that we would play, and we would try and figure out, okay, what's the strategy behind this, and everything about it. And I'll explain it a little bit, but I just want to tell you real quick the progression of this game where we learned it 23 some odd years ago to how it's played now in our family
Mm-hmm.
is incredible. Incredible. How many people? So it came from Bill and Nancy 23 years ago and now has spread through our family easily over 150, 200 people.
Mm-hmm.
And we've played it on vacations. We've had huge tournament
Mm-hmm.
games. They've since come out with Five Crowns score sheets. Each member of the family has gotten countless games. We've given them away for Christmas gifts to friends and family. Normally, the cards they last like a deck of cards will last a good amount of time. Not within our families. They normally last about a year, year and a half because we play so much that
Mm-hmm.
they get ruined. And of course, like mom, Miss P, she will bend the deck, and it's like, what do you like? The deck, beautiful deck comes out nice hard. All of a sudden, it's like, what are we doing? Well, I need to bend them. Anyway, Five Crowns, and it's really easy. The idea behind Five Crowns is that there are five suits. So there are the hearts, clubs, spades, diamonds, and star. So there's a star group in here. And you play 13 hands, and you start off with um, the hand of three. And so each person gets three cards. And you need to go out. You need to be able to get, and the way you go out is you get either a set or a run. And a set would be three of a kind. Uh, a run would be like five, six, seven, but in the same suit. So the same color as I would teach the kids.
Yep.
And so we would play, and since we both have three cards, threes are wild. And once somebody goes out, then they get zero, and the other person counts however many points they have if they can't go out. We shuffle up, deal, and now we're on number 4. And so we go through that all the way through Jack, Queen, King. And Kings go wild. That's our 13th hand, 13 cards in our hand. And there's no twos, no aces. And after the Kings go wild, the game is, when it finishes up, it's over. And it is a great game. It's pretty intense. We have a lot of fun,
Yeah.
lots of talking. You can have up to 7 people at the table when you play. And there are wild cards, there are jokers. And again, however many cards you have in your hand equals the wild that you're also on. So it's really neat. I'm not going to explain it, I'm not going to give it justice, but I will say again, the evolution of this game in our family. In fact, Uncle Rick, who you've met multiple times on this podcast, he came up with rules that we keep within the family, but we teach other people. We call it our house rules. If you have a bad score and get to a score of 100, what do you have to do, Dom? We call it the foghorn. You have to make a foghorn sound. And hearing people make the foghorn who have never done it before is hysterical.
His mother.
Yeah, like my mom went, and then we had like people making sounds, and it's just something. It's like, uh-oh, you're getting close to 100, and then they get to 100. Everybody makes the foghorn. Now, if you get to 200, if you're playing that poorly and you get to 200, what's the sound, Dom? Yeah, yeah, you make a fart sound. And again, we don't get there too often, but when it happens,
Oh no, I used to do it all the time.
I think Dom would get to 200 just to make the fart sound.
But now I actually play like
Now he tries.
yeah.
Okay.
And I actually have one.
He has won sometimes. So, and he's pretty good if he's focused. If he's not focused,
I'll lose.
yeah, he'll.
But I don't think I mean, during COVID, we also would play.
We would play a lot during COVID, but again, for 23 years, we've played a lot, a lot. In our family, my wife's side of the family, we have tournaments that we try and do when we get a large group of family together, and we call it a 5 crown tournament. I was the initial winner, or the original winner back in 2007 when we had a huge tournament, and then we've had a bunch since. Dom has never made it out of the pool play. I've made the final table twice since the championship game or championship win over Uncle Rick. He had me by 73 points going into the last hand, and I put 76 on him to win. Just an incredible comeback. Incredible comeback. But, I digress. I don't need to call out Rick on that monumental loss that he had.
Right, and then you also.
But anyway,
Yeah,
I've played really well a few
Yeah.
times and been bumped out a couple times. And so, but we've had multiple champions, and we've never had a repeat champion. We've never had somebody win back-to-back years, and we've never had somebody who has won 2 championships. And so that tells you how amazing this card game is. That it's parity through everybody. Everybody is equal. Yes, it is a lot of luck based on the shuffle, based on the deal, and it's also luck based on who you play next to. If you are to the left of Dom, because we always play to the left, clockwise, if you're to the left of Dom and he loses focus in the game, he will drop very good cards for you or not pay attention to what you're picking up. He won't play defense at all. And so a lot of times when we're like playing pool play, after we have one hand or one game and we're playing again, we don't let the same person sit next to Dom because we don't want someone gaining an advantage on his lack of focus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, 5 crowns, outstanding game. 23 years we've been playing in our family. We love it. We love to introduce it. I've been told that the box itself has changed. It looks a little bit different. You can find it at Walmart. You can definitely find it on Amazon. Anywhere games are sold now, and we love this game. We really do, and it's a great one, and we're grateful for it. And so, but that's a wonderful game that pretty much anywhere we go on vacation, anytime we're with like family just for a little bit of time, we bust it out because everybody enjoys it. They play it. I know that Kay, when she was traveling with little Nate recently, they played on the airplane a lot, and they played over dinner and
That's
such.
funny.
And it's really cute when we adopted Kay as an infant, a toddler. I actually have a picture of me holding her or in my arms, and I'm looking at my cards, and she's looking at the cards also. And
Oh, that's cool.
that's pretty cool. So anyway, 5 crowns, 5 crowns. All right, so look, we're gonna transition here real quick, and we'll be right back for Can Dom Do It? All right, so we're back with the Can Dom Do It. And this Can Dom Do It is very interesting. Can I have one of the cards, please? Just one. Just one. Okay, so recently, probably in the last 5 years, I found out that Dom's generation, Generation Z, and Alpha Gen, which is the next generation, doesn't understand a playing card and what it is because they normally only see it online. They don't
What a
under,
playing card is.
they don't understand that there's two sides of a playing card. The way I knew this is I was playing a matching game with a phys ed class that I had, and they had to run out, flip over a card, find their color, and then bring it back and such. In doing so, I had a student. Now, mind you, the card was face down, and one of the playing cards I had money on it, like 20s, 30, or 20s and 30s, 20s, 10s, 50s, hundreds. And so the student ran over, looked at it, looked down, and turned around, ran back. Never flipped the card over. And so when I said to the student, I was like, "Why didn't you flip the card over?" He said, "It was $100." I said, "You have to flip the card over." He goes, "There wasn't a card. It was $100. A picture of $100." I said, "If you flip it over, there's a number on the back, and then you can determine if that's the card you need or not." Oh, I didn't know. And this was a smart student. It wasn't an
Man, that's funny.
unintelligent student or anything, a smart student, but they'd never seen an actual playing card before. So, in recent years, playing cards with family members, we came to the realization that they had played cards before, but they had no idea how to shuffle. So, can Dom do it? Can you shuffle a deck, a full deck of cards? We have the other you don't need to do that one right now.
Oh,
5 crowns is played with 2 decks, but Dom's only grabbing one of the decks right now. Here you go. We have the other camera going, and we'll be able to put that up here right between us. Dom will be able to do that, but Dom's going to show us if he can shuffle 1 deck of cards. Not only can he shuffle it, but he can also do a waterfall.
that actually took like 6 months.
Took a lot longer than 6 months.
I know, like 4 years then.
4 years. Now, what's great is my grandmother taught me how to shuffle when I was like 6, 7. And once you learn how to shuffle, it is a technique
Yep.
and a skill you'll use the rest of your life because, again, for our family, we play cards. Oh, Dom's showing off and doing a shuffle and a waterfall in midair. In midair. Um, it's pretty cool that he can do that. Once Dom learned with his giant hands, he was able to do a lot. Kay knows how to shuffle. Miss P knows how to shuffle again. She shuffles by bending the cards, and you can see the cards are bent.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
As a
She does a bendy, yes. But she shuffles, and I guarantee her grandmother taught her. So, anyway, can Dom do it?
of course I can.
Of course he can. Can you do it? Like and subscribe if you can. And if you can't, like and subscribe and reach out to us in the comments and ask us, hey, how do you shuffle? And maybe we can teach you how to shuffle again. and maybe you can find Coach, and I'll teach you how to shuffle. Maybe you can find Dom; he'll teach you how. Don't be one of these people that just go out and buy an automatic shuffler or such. Um, we're doing a podcast. You don't have to keep shuffling.
I know. Can Dom do 2 decks?
Yes, he can do 2 decks. All right, go put the decks on.
Actually, 2 decks is much harder, so I was had to.
It is much harder, but he put himself on the spot. I didn't tell him to do it.
I know it's good. That's why.
But we do appreciate you all staying with us for 27 episodes. And recently, I talked to somebody who likes to go back and watch some of their favorite episodes. So what we might be doing in the near future is having a flashback to like our favorite episodes, maybe talking about um, like maybe our lists have changed since we've done some top fives. Maybe throwing different Ken Doms do it in there from former ones also, and such and so. But going forward, we really look forward to continuing our efforts with you and continuing. What are we doing?
Let's turn them off for now.
Oh, you're turning off the other camera?
Yeah.
Okay, we're still filming.
I know.
This
We
one.
can film on this one.
27 episodes, and yet we still do whatever we want to do in the middle of it. So, including shaking the table for no reason. So, but anyway, 27 episodes in. Thank you for letting us be a part of this one. Thank you for watching us. Um, Spotless Finish Detailing.
Mhm.
If you want to reach out to Tim, you can. He is starting a football season, so his time is very limited. He does have some weekend availabilities. Please reach out to him. We love Tim. We wish him a lot of luck this football season and his senior year and all the ventures that he's about to start. And for all the students going back to school in the next week or so, it's your last week. Enjoy your summer. And Dom has a couple more weeks until he starts college. And hopefully, some more ventures will be coming down the road. We're not going to mention them right now, but hopefully, they'll be coming down the road a little bit. And what more? I know I'm rambling on. What do you have to say? Anything?
No.
Never. Never. He never talks when I give him an opportunity to talk. He only talks while I'm talking and doing other things and everything else. So, well, we thank you all.
All right.
We know this was a longer episode. We appreciate you for following us. We love you all. 5 crowns. And you know what, Dom? I want you to put a link in here of where they could purchase
Okay.
5 crowns. It is a great game. And if you ever want to challenge us, reach out to us. I'll come over and I'll beat you. So,
Pride comes before the fall, sir.
pride comes before the fall. Maybe. All right. We love you all. Reach out to your family and friends. Tell them you love them. And hug on your friends. Hug on your people. All right. We love you. Thank you.